56 years, the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, has been the ultimate gathering of globalist elites. Billionaire CEOs, heads of state, the people who supposedly run the world, meeting every January in a Swiss ski resort to lecture everyone else about climate change, sustainability, and how we all need to eat bugs and own nothing to be happy. But this week, something unprecedented is happening. Even the liberal media is admitting it. And it's sending shockwaves through the entire globalist establishment.
冒頭の画像はトランプ大統領が1月20日、自身の SNS であるトゥルースソーシャルに投稿した画像です。いずれも実際の写真ではなく、政策発表でも公式声明でもありませんが、現在の国際情勢を考える上で非常に象徴的な一枚だと言えるでしょう。今回ご紹介するのは、アメリカの政治国際情勢を発信している、YouTube チャンネル登録150万人以上のインフルエンサー、ドクタースティーブ・ターリーによる最新の動画です。この動画では世界経済フォーラム、いわゆるダボス会議とトランプの存在を重ね合わせながら、世界の力関係がどう劇的に変わりつつあるのかを非常に強い言葉で語っています。ここで示される主張は当チャンネルの立場と必ずしも一致するものではありませんが、一つの視点としてとても興味深いものだったのでご紹介しますね。ぜひ最後までご覧ください。それでは、どうぞ。
Take a look at this headline from the Daily Mail. The death of Davos. It's a stunningly provocative headline, but it's being echoed by none other than the New York Times. And their byline reads, the traditional rhetoric of the World Economic Forum centered on global integration, climate change, and international cooperation. Not anymore. No cooperation with Trump, no compromise, no. Deference, submission, surrender. What we're witnessing this week isn't just a policy shift at Davos. It's the complete inversion of global power, and the elites know it. You know, for decades, the World Economic Forum represented a specific worldview, global integration, multilateral cooperation, climate action, social justice, ESG mandates. Klaus Schwab's stakeholder capitalism, as he called it, where corporations pretend to have societal purpose while implementing draconian policies that deindustrialize Europe and price ordinary Americans out of home ownership. Also, that a tiny minority of globalist elites could hope to become the world's first trillionaires in a matter of just a few short years. Yeah, literally owning everything. Yes, that very stakeholder capitalism was supposed to rule the world. And then Trump showed up. The man who built his presidency on America First, the guy who pulled out of the Paris Climate Accords, the president who just threatened to impose tariffs on 8 NATO allies if they don't let him buy Greenland. He's the headline speaker at an institution that supposedly exists to promote everything he opposes. So why did they invite him? Or even more importantly, why did he accept? Because Trump isn't going there to join them. He's going there to dominate them. To show every CEO, every prime minister, every central banker in that room exactly who's in charge now. And the evidence is crystal clear. It's working. Political economist Mark Blyth put it bluntly. This is the death of Davos. It has no relevance at all. None whatsoever. So why is Trump going to Davos? Well, he's going there to punch them in the head and tell them who's in charge. He's informing them that basically, unless they align with him, they no longer matter. And you can see the panic in real time. Again, the official Davos program, it still includes its sessions about electric vehicles and climate goals and the like. But this year, those buzzwords that used to dominate, fair taxation, anti-corruption, sustainability, social justice, they're all gone. They've been scrubbed from the forum's official messaging. Now they're being replaced by AI, crypto, economic resilience. It's an implicit surrender, an acknowledgement that no set of principles can unite the people flocking to Davos anymore. Because the only principle that matters now is don't cross Donald Trump. Want proof? Look at who's not coming there this week. Denmark. Freaking Denmark. America's NATO ally. A country that's been part of the Western Alliance for 75 years. They're boycotting Davos entirely. Do you know why? Because the World Economic Forum sent official invitations to Greenlandic officials and companies to attend as an independent entity, separate from Denmark. Copenhagen called it a breach of established international norms and an interference in Denmark's sovereign affairs. And they're not wrong. The forum is essentially treating Greenland as if it's already broken away from Danish control. I mean, you literally cannot make this stuff up. And that's exactly Trump's strategy.
ここで注意したいのは、トランプが世界経済フォーラムに直接指示を出したという事実が確認されているわけではないということです。WEF は政治組織ではなく、法的な強制力を持つ存在でもありません。ただその影響力は、各国の指導者や巨大資本が集まる場にこそあります。これまでアメリカの政権はその場を通じて合意を形成し、WEF はその調整役として振る舞ってきました。しかしトランプはフォーラムや国際合意を経由せず、国益を軸に即座に決断し力を行使する。その現実政治の姿勢が WEF にとって無視できない存在となっているのです。
Make it a fait accompli before Denmark even enters the negotiation. He's threatened 10% tariff. You've heard of this, I'm sure. He's threatened 10% tariffs starting February 1st, rising to 25% by June on any European nation that opposes his Greenland plans. 8 NATO countries are already on that list. Denmark, Sweden, France, the Netherlands, Germany, Finland, Britain, and Norway.
今回関税の対象とされた国々には明確な共通点があります。それは経済指標ではなく、グリーンランド問題をめぐってアメリカに対抗する立場を欧州として公然と示したかどうかです。一方でイタリアはその対象に含まれていません。イタリアはこの問題で前面に立ってアメリカを非難する姿勢を取らず、集団的な対立構図の中にあえて入らなかった。そこにはメローニ首相の姿勢も影響していると見られます。彼女は欧州の一員でありながら、フォーラムや集団圧力よりも国家としての現実的な判断を優先する立場を取ってきました。つまりイタリアが対象外となった理由は特別扱いというより、対立の前線に立たなかったという点にある。そう理解するのが最も自然でしょう。
The EU is now scrambling to prepare retaliatory tariffs targeting up to 93 billion euros, $108 billion worth of American exports. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen declared Europe will not be blackmailed. The Dutch foreign minister called Trump's tactics blackmail on national television. But here's what nobody in Europe wants to admit. They don't matter. Like, at all. Trump holds all the leverage, and the demons in Davos know it. When Trump last appeared at Davos in 2018 during his first term, the elite class tried to frame it as a collision of worldviews. You know, Trump the nationalist versus Davos the globalist. But this time, Trump is coming not as a nationalist, but as a civilizationalist. A political titan who's literally redrawing the world map. And the globalists know it. They know their time has come. Their world order, the globalist, liberal international order, is over. A new cosmic era of civilization states has begun. And they have surrendered completely. Trump's speech this Wednesday won't be about finding common ground or how we can all work together. It'll be about setting the terms. He will tell the 3,000 political and business leaders from over 30 different countries exactly what's going to happen and what they will have no choice but to do. Rapid approvals for AI and energy infrastructure in America, deregulation, tariffs on anyone who doesn't cooperate, an end to all of the Green New Deal nonsense, and American control of strategic assets like Greenland, whether Europe likes it or not. And that message is already spreading beyond Europe, even before Trump takes the podium. Many analysts predict that Trump is about to terminate the World Economic Forum's influence and send a message that the era of globalist shenanigans is over. How so? 2 demonstration projects. First, Greenland, making American control inevitable before globalist elites can mobilize opposition. That's already underway. The forum literally, again, invited Greenland as a separate entity. Denmark is so furious, they're boycotting. Mission accomplished. But then there's a second demonstration. Election fraud revelations. This is huge. This is coming out of the recent arrest of Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro. It apparently now is opening up evidence about Smartmatic voting systems that was founded in Venezuela being sold to all comers rigging elections around the world, just like they did in Venezuela. Zero Hedge is suggesting that plea bargain talks are already happening in Brooklyn right now with Maduro. If that leads to revelations about 2020 election irregularities in states like Georgia or Arizona, it won't just destroy Democrat credibility. It'll force Senate passage of the SAVE Act, requiring voter ID, paper ballots, and human counting, and it would be a complete reset of American electoral integrity. That's what Trump is really doing at Davos. He's not negotiating with the global elite. He's showing them that their entire system, the one where unelected billionaires and bureaucrats set policy for sovereign nations, is over, finished, done. This week, Trump will be walking into their headquarters, telling them their time is up, and they'll applaud him for doing it. We are watching in real time the collapse of 56 years of globalist consensus. Not because Trump convinced them he was right, but because he demonstrated they were irrelevant without American cooperation and power, and he's not giving it to them anymore. Denmark boycotting Davos isn't a protest. It's a symptom. The entire post-World War II order, the one centered on collective security and liberalized trade, is being rewritten in real time by a president who threatened military action to acquire an ally's territory and impose tariffs to force compliance. And the global elite, gathering in their Swiss ski resort, can't do anything except roll out the red carpet, give him the headline speaking slot, and hope he doesn't completely dismantle their influence before dessert is served. 56 years of Davos, and it took Donald Trump exactly one appearance to show the world who's really in charge.
いかがだったでしょうか。実際にダボス会議でトランプは何を語り、何を示すのか、とても気になりますね。もちろん、その模様も引き続き当チャンネルでご紹介します。チャンネル登録まだの方は、ぜひ登録してお待ちください。ご視聴ありがとうございました。